everybody and welcome back to another video. I know this probably isn't the best start to the year, my second video in and I'm already uploading a day late, but things just get in the way. As much as I love this channel and making these videos, things like this sometimes get in the way. I'm on my lunch break from work and he's wanting my attention, so he will probably be in this video whether he's on my knee or actually in front of the camera. Yeah, things get in the way, and as much as I love this channel and recording videos for it, sometimes other things have to take priority, and that is what has happened this week. So the video is going up a day late this week. I hope you don't mind too much. I have got a wedding video for you today, a little 4 months to the wedding update, so I hope you enjoy that. If this isn't what you follow me for, then that's fine. Feel free to click off the video now, that's no problem at all. I firstly want to start this video by saying that I can't believe how quickly the time is going now. There's less than 17 weeks to go. That has just came out of nowhere. It's like as soon as we hit January, all of a sudden the wedding's here and the time is moving so quickly. It's really exciting, but it's also a little bit scary because there is still a lot of the little things that need done. So hopefully it'll slow down a little bit and give us a chance to get up to speed and get everything done that we need to before the big day. On the subject of getting things done, I feel like this month so far I have got so much done for the wedding, but haven't really got anything to show for it because it's all stuff that has been done over the phone or in emails and just confirmations and things like that. So a couple of the more fun things that I have done this month is I've started working on a better skincare routine. I haven't got terrible skin, I'm actually quite happy with my skin as it is, but I just want to make sure that it's in the best condition it can be by the time the big day rolls around. So I've started to try and implement a bit of a better skincare routine because mine was pretty much non-existent beforehand, other than taking makeup off whenever I'd wore it. I didn't really have any actual routine. I didn't have anything in particular I did to look after my skin. So that is something that I'm trying to focus on now. If you do have any tips or advice for anything like that, please do leave them in the comments. I'm very much a novice when it comes to skincare, so I will take any advice I can get. The second fun thing that I have started doing is I have started a wedding film marathon. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen over Christmas I did a Christmas movie marathon where I watched as many Christmas related films as I could up until Christmas Day. I think I ended up on about 32, and that was in about the 6 week leading up to Christmas. I really enjoyed doing that and I really enjoyed sharing it on my Instagram, so I decided to do the same thing for the wedding. I've compiled a list of about maybe 45 bridal / wedding related films, and I am working my way through them in the 17-ish weeks we have until the wedding. So far I think I've watched about 5 of them, and there's only been a couple of standouts that I would say that I really enjoyed, but I am enjoying having something wedding related to do that also gives me something to watch of a night time when there's nothing at all on telly. So if you're interested in that, I am leaving a little review of each one on my Instagram stories, so definitely come and follow me over there. I have also shared the full list of films on there, so you can find that there as well if that's something you might be interested in. Anything else that I've done this month, as I said, is very much just phone calls, emails and messages, but I have got a lot done. All of our suppliers are confirmed now. I've got in touch with everyone except for the venues, so the church and the reception venue, just because I'm leaving that till nearer the time so that we can confirm all the details and numbers and everything with them. I am actually waiting to hear back from one of our suppliers, which I'm going to call this week if I don't hear back from them, because I sent them an email and so far I've had no response. So that's a little bit concerning, but it could just be that they're getting caught up after Christmas. So I'm going to chase that up at the end of this week if I still haven't heard anything. But everyone else is confirmed, prices are confirmed, numbers are confirmed. So that's really exciting that we know everything's definitely booked for the right date, because we've now had 4 of them, so it could be easily done for the wrong one. All booked for the right date and all the prices confirmed, so we know what we've got to pay out, and that is something, a big thing that I can tick off my to-do list. The only ones that are only sort of half ticked off is the florist and the cake. So the cake, we're trying to arrange a date to go and meet with the person who's making it so that we can confirm all the details and arrange a price and everything. And then the florist, I am going to make an appointment to go and see her next month to confirm all the details with her, because there is a couple of little things that I want to change. So we've agreed that I'm going to contact her in February to arrange an appointment for that. But other than those two, everyone else can be fully ticked off the list. We have even sent the sheet music for our ceremony songs to the person who's going to play for us. He seemed really pleased that we were organised enough to already have that. So I'm really glad that that's done. We've also got a date for our little flower girl to come and try her dress on again. Obviously, it has now been 2 years since she was supposed to be wearing the dress, and little girls do tend to grow a lot in 2 years, but the age that it was bought for does still cover the age that she is now, so we're hopeful that it might still fit. So we'll find that out this week, fingers crossed for us that it does. If not, we'll just have to rebuy it in a slightly bigger size. Another person that I contacted was the seamstress who's doing all of the dress alterations for us. My wedding dress has already been altered. That was done way back at the start of 2020, so please keep your fingers crossed for me that I can still fit into it. I did put on a bit of lockdown weight, but I have then lost some of it again, so fingers crossed that that all still fits perfectly, because it seemed like it was going to be absolutely perfect when she took it in the last time I tried it on. So I've made an appointment with her for me to go and try that on again. She's also going to take a look at my mum's outfit and do any alterations that need done to that. And then we've got a separate appointment for my maid of honour and my other adult bridesmaid to go and get their dresses fitted. We're going to do the younger bridesmaids and the flower girl if needed nearer the time, because obviously they could still grow before the wedding, so that's going to be done closer to the time. But I'm glad that we've got us older ones booked in, so that's another thing ticked off the list. On the subject of clothes, we are getting all the men to try their suits on again, because obviously they already were bought more than 2 years ago now, so they all need tried on to make sure everything fits. So far, 2 of them have tried them on, one being the groom, and other than one of them needing a little bit took off the length of the legs of the trousers, everything is fine. So very happy about that, as the suits have actually now been discontinued. So if we do need to rebuy anything to do with the suits, we're going to have to try and find a suit that matches. So hopefully they all just fit and we don't need to try and do that, but we'll see once the rest of them get them tried on. But at least 2 so far is good going. They've been done and they are all fine, so that's good. Obviously, it wouldn't be a wedding without a little bit of drama. And in this case, our drama comes from the company that was providing our guest transport. So we are providing transport for the guests in the form of a coach from our ceremony venue to our reception venue, and then we also have a coach at the end of the night leaving the reception venue after the night do to drop off in a couple of locations to take people home. We originally had it booked with one company, and that was booked way back in, I think it was like 2018, start of 2019. That company was then taken over by another company and the booking was transferred over. That in itself wasn't easy. For some reason they seemed to manage to make a hassle out of that, but it got done. Then, a couple of weeks ago, there was a post put on Facebook saying that the company we were booked with had closed their business. They didn't put the post on Facebook, it was just a person who knew that they did school runs and they put it on Facebook to let people know that if your kids go on their buses to school, they've closed their business. I tried to contact them about this. I sent them an email and I tried to contact them twice. I sent them a Facebook message. I heard nothing back from them, and in the end we just had to assume that it was closed because they never actually confirmed it with anybody. we still have managed to hear nothing back from them. They have deactivated their Facebook page. The phone just never gets answered, and from what I've heard from other people, if you go to the business park where their office is, there's nothing there. They're not there. They've just disappeared, which means they've also disappeared with our £100 deposit that we gave them, and we had no booking for our coaches. Which isn't the most fun news to start the new year with. We had a little bit of a panic because obviously being so close, you wonder if you're going to be able to get anyone to take over your booking. If you do, what price is it going to be? We didn't want to have to pay an absolute fortune, especially when we've now lost our £100 deposit that we'd given them. So it was a really stressful couple of days trying to get that sorted out. Luckily, a fellow bride-to-be who is from our area sent me a message, and she recommended I try the company that she was booked with, and she said how amazing they'd been and how wonderful they were. So I sent them a message, gave them the details and why we were needing to book at such short notice. They were really lovely. They got back to me so quickly with a brilliant quote, and we've got them booked in. So luckily in the end it was really easily resolved, and I'm really happy now with this company we've got booked. I actually feel a lot more confident with them than I ever did with the other company. So silver linings and everything, it's turned out for the best. But it obviously was a very stressful start to the new year regarding the wedding, with that just suddenly thrown at you out of nowhere. On the day that we found out that they had closed their business, it actually really got to me, obviously. I was trying to start the new year, as I said in my first video this year, I was trying to start the new year on such a positive note. I was trying not to worry about things. I wanted to have a positive attitude, put all the positive vibes out into the atmosphere, and then that's the first thing that gets thrown at me regarding the wedding this year, and it just knocked me right back down. It was really hard to feel positive when we're faced with that, I was honestly starting to feel as if someone somewhere didn't want us to get married because of all these things that had gone wrong, what with all the postponements, and we'd had to find a new DJ, a new cake maker, now the coaches. It just felt like so many things were going wrong. It really felt like someone was trying to tell us not to get married, and it was really getting to me and really bringing me down at a time when we should be able to be so excited that our wedding's getting closer. Then, after speaking to a couple of people about how I was feeling, I actually ended up with a different spin getting put on it that really plays into my new trying to be positive attitude, and it made me feel so much better. I think it was my soon-to-be mother-in-law who first said that if you look at it in the other point of view, maybe someone somewhere is just trying to make sure that everything is perfect for our wedding day. And when I really thought about it, that does make sense. Yeah, we've had to postpone 4 times, and yes, it has been awful, but the silver lining in that is that if we hadn't postponed, we wouldn't have this little one, because we got him at the end of 2020, which we wouldn't have been in a place to do if we'd got married at the start of 2020. His birthday and when we collected him actually fell around the time when we would have been on our honeymoon if we'd got married at the start of 2020. So we wouldn't have him if we hadn't postponed the wedding. So that's the silver lining there. I'm much happier with the cake maker, the DJ and the company for the buses that we now have booked. The silver lining there is that we've actually saved a little bit of money. I feel more comfortable with the suppliers. I feel like they're more reliable, and I'm just happier in general with the people we now have booked. So it just shows you that when you put a different spin on things and you try and look at them from a positive point of view, that there really is a silver lining there, that maybe this is just things turning out the way that they were meant to. So that has definitely made me feel a lot better and definitely brought my excitement back, and I am back on track with my new positive outlook. I think the only other thing that is really left to talk about in this 4-month update is the RSVPs. So the due date for those RSVPs to all be back is the 1st of February, which falls just before the 3 months to go mark. We currently have almost half of them back. I have been putting weekly reminders on Facebook to tell people how long they have left to get them back to us, And I did sort of jokingly put on today that any we don't have back in the next week, I will be sending out personal reminders to people, just to make sure that they do remember to send us them back. Even if they can't make it, they do still need to send us that RSVP back, just so that we know for our numbers. So we are still waiting on around half of those, but there is still just less than 3 weeks till we need them back. So I am hopeful that we will have them back on time. But that is all that is left really to do this month. Everything else is done, other than the couple of things I mentioned that need chased up or that we've got appointments for. So it's just the RSVPs really. I am ticking them off every time we get another one back. I do a little happy dance every time we get one in the post. We actually got 2 more back this morning. One from a couple of relatives that couldn't come to our original date, but now can come to this date. So that's brilliant. That's another silver lining. So yeah, that's all that's left to do. And other than that, 4 months to-do list, pretty much done. So I'm really happy with how on top of things we are and how everything's going. I hope you've enjoyed this little 4-month update. Not that much to show you in terms of things that have been done. As I say, it's all just basically messages, emails and phone calls. But I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. Let me know if you're a fellow bride or groom. Let me know in the comments how you're getting on and how far away you are from your wedding. Please do like this video if you've enjoyed it. And if you haven't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button. It means so much to me when people subscribe to this channel. And I will be back next week. It will be on Sunday, I hope, with another video at 6 p.m. I am going to go now and get this one edited and hopefully uploaded tonight for you. And I will see you next time. Bye.